from start to finish. Now it is 15 wide, so what we're going to be doing here is I'm just going to go ahead and go somewhat in the middle here. And because we're doing 15 wide, I'm only going to go 7 this way and 7 that way, with the middle being number 15. So I'm just going to line it up with this conveyor here. So it's going to be 8 by 15. And so we're just going to fill this into 8 now. So now I'm going to be removing most of this. I'm just kind of giving you the idea of the floor, because this is the base part, right? So your base doesn't need to be like this. What I like to do, you might notice my island's not like the prettiest, because I like minimalistic designs in that I don't like too many blocks. If you start adding too many blocks to your island, what happens is it gets really slow to load. We already have so many entities on here. It also starts lagging. So you're going to notice a lot less blocks. Now I am going to start decorating this at the end of this video. So I'll do that after this, but let's go ahead and start filling this in now. One thing to note, our floor is going to be up here. Okay. So I'm just going to go and connect this. This bottom part's for our collector, basically our packer. So we can get rid of all of this and just kind of go across. And then we're going to put a wall here because it's going to be separating. So let's go ahead and separate this like that. We have a wall because this is a completely separate collector. All right, there we go. So we got a frame here, and we're not going to share this. We're going to create our own. So we can go ahead and put a slot here on this side and a slot here on this side, and it should be 6 wide. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's your pocket. And then we can go ahead and do a similar wall here in advance of our packer. And it's just going to be pretty much 4 blocks for now. So this is where the conveyors are going to go. So the next thing we need to do is get our grass out here. So let's get some grass. And it is currently winter, so we're going to go and put that across. I like winter right now because it looks cool. So we're going to go 3 with this, like that. And then we're going to fill this middle part in so it'll look like this. Next thing what we need to do is we can put a frame here just so we, kind of tighten this up a little bit. This is going to be the next floor. And what we're going to do is we're going to duplicate what we did here in a minute. But first things first, we need to cut these 2 out, because remember, this is where the sprinklers are going to go, like that. And now we can go up. So next thing we need to do is just make another frame. So we're going to do only 3 floors. That is the farm design. It's just 3 floors. Now you can use slime blocks. If you're just trying to get up to places, just use slime blocks, but I'm just too lazy to do that right now. Next thing we need to do is get our conveyors out and such. But first, let's jump down here and let's finish up our collectors, because as much as I want to start building the farm, I do want to, close some of this stuff off. So let's go ahead and build our stairs down here. Now you can use any kind of stairs you want. I'm going to use marble stairs because they are the closest thing that looks like snow, even though it's kind of like a dirty snow. It's still close enough. There's that. Now how this works is you only have 2 stairs on this side right here, and then on the other side you're going to do 3, and you only have to do it on the bottom. These stairs only go on the bottom for your collectors, like that. So there's 3 on that side, and then we got to do 3 right here, 2 and 3. So we got 3 there, and we're going to block the bottom of that as well as this. Just 1 block in the front because we still got to fit the conveyor and stuff in there. All right, so we got all the floors set up. Now let's go ahead and set up the packers real quick. So I'm just going to fill this in so we have a place to put them. And then what we're going to do is we're going to first put a conveyor down. And I like to use tier 2s because the conveyors are kind of weird on how they handle watermelons. So they can get stuck with regular conveyors. So I like to use tier 2s. Anytime you're dealing with watermelons, you kind of want to stick with those tier 2s. And we're just going to stick this. You only need 1 conveyor in here, and you just stick the crate packer right there. Make sure before you forget, scroll down and make sure you have large crate of melon selected. You don't want it to be like stuck on wheat or something stupid, because then you're not gonna make any watermelon crates. So same with this one. Let's scroll down, set the watermelon, and then we're going to fill in the block so that watermelons don't fly out. And then obviously we need to capture the crates that we make. So we're going to put a output chest. You don't have to use this thing. It just fits really nicely because it can fit 150 in each slot. That's why I like these. You can use a regular input output chest if you really want to, but I would just use these because you're going to be farming a lot of crates. All right, so next thing, now we got these collectors. That's the most boring part of this design, is having to deal with that. So I just wanted to show you how to do that. Next up, let's go ahead and put our conveyors out, and we can get started on this. It's pretty much the same design we already went through. So if you already went through this, you're pretty much good to go. And I've seen a lot of different watermelon farm designs, to each their own. I don't think any one is better than the other. What I like about my design, the reason why I designed it this way, is to reduce the amount of materials required so that you don't have to, because they're very expensive to build, and also to reduce the time it is for making it. So building it is a lot faster. This is an easy pattern to follow. It is not super complicated where, totems are like V-shaped or weird, or you got to offset these conveyors. And especially when you're doing videos as a content creator, it's really hard to explain really complicated designs. That's why I made this as simple as possible. And it's perfectly timed. I spent so many hours testing this and it works pretty well. Now, when you do this, make sure you do this quick. You got to put your fertilizer on this right away before they grow, or else it's a pain. So make sure you put some fertilizer right after that. Alternatively, you could do fertilizer first before you plant seeds down. That's probably a better order of business. In fact, that's what we're going to do for the next floor. All right, so all the upgrades are in. So you can see the floor is ready to go. It's pretty much done. So that is the identical to all my other floors. I want to explain the ingredients required. That way you have a reference. So you can always come back to this video anytime if you're trying to find how much you really need. So with this checklist, I'm going to be excluding like stairs and glass and grass and things like that. So if you're going to, use whatever blocks you want, obviously you do need some grass, but I'm not going to include that because at this point, if you can afford to do the farm, you can afford to get those blocks. I'm not going to worry about those. Also, I'm going to be rounding up a lot of these things. Like instead of giving you like precise number, 170 pink sticky gears. That's a lot. I know pink sticky gears are not cheap. Let me tell you, I mean, for the most part, imagine if they're like 500,000 a piece, you're spending quite a bit already, right? That's a lot of money already. But you can always grind for these or trade for them. Next up are blue sticky gears. You're going to need 1,100 of those. For green sticky gears, a little easier, a little cheaper to get. You're going to need 1,540 of green sticky gears. Now, this one's going to blow your mind. You're going to need an expensive piece on this list is your gearbox bunch, because that's a lot. You're going to need 92,000 maple wood, 116,000 hickory wood, 53,000 pine wood, 80,000 birch wood, 91,000 regular wood, so oak wood. You're going to need about 85 million coins to be able to upgrade the actual totems. That's not the cost of the farm. That's just what you need to put into the totems as part of upgrading. You're going to need 60 watermelon seeds. You'll need 60 fertilizer for those seeds. You're going to need 36 watermelon totems for those 3 floors. You're going to need 38 tier 2 conveyors. And then you're going to need 2 crate packers. You could probably combine this into one if you just really want to. And then you're going to need 12 water catchers. These are pretty cheap to make. You're going to lastly, you need some kind of input-output chest. I would get the large one. But that's going to be it for us. Like I said, a lot of people are going to be angry about this video